everyone, and welcome to another story time. And if I'm right, this will be the last story time before Christmas, so everyone, happy holidays! I hope you have a wonderful time, no matter if you're having a great time with your family, alone chilling, or whatever you do. I hope you have a great time and that you're just being awesome as you always are. So today we're talking about my first hetero crush, which was also my first crush in general, and I got it pretty early. I want to be honest to you guys, this is the second time I record this, so I hope everything goes fine and I do not forget a point. I still have my script, so I would say let's dive into it. So I had my first crush very early on, but back then I was not sure if it's really a crush or is it more like friendship, because it was when I started to evolve feelings for the person. It was still in the primary school, like the third class, that we start hanging out a lot. We kinda missed some educations. We hang out a lot together, and we just had a lot of fun even back then. But for that, I'm not sure if it was a crush, if I already had feelings, or if it just was friendship. But I'm pretty sure, at least now, from my retro perspective, that in the 5th grade, I had a 100% crush on that person. Before, not sure, maybe not. But 5th class, 100%, it was a crush. And yeah, I did a few red flags that you will also recognize in this video. I can only recommend you just upfront, if you have a crush on your hetero friend, tell them, and just realize that they will never be gay for you. Even if they sleep with you, it will just be an experiment. So yeah, just be careful about yourself and don't get into try to have a clear line between you and your hetero friends, or your gay friends if you're hetero, whatsoever. You know what I mean. Let's dive into it. So, as I told you, I spent a lot of time with that person in elementary school and before. And yeah, I tried to spend all my time with him from the 5th grades on, and even before. Like, as I said, a friend asked me if I was playing GameCube when I was younger, and this friend had one, so yeah, I played GameCube. I played a lot at his room. We played a lot of Smash. It was fun, but that was not the only thing I did. Like, especially when we came into the 5th grade, I was super fast for changing clothes before and after PE. He was, on the other side, very slow. Like, very slow. So I pretended myself to be way slower, or to wait for him just because of friendship. But if we're totally honest, you and we both know the secret why I really was that slow for him and waited for him to change clothes. But keep it a secret for everyone else. It's just between you and me. We know the secret, no one else will know it, trust me. So yeah, I was waiting for him to change clothes. And I also, like, if we had a break, I tried to be with him as close as possible. We played Yu-Gi-Oh!, we played Pokemon, what so freaking ever. As long as I was with him, I didn't care about the game or anything else. I tried to be with him every single second I could. No matter if it was in school or outside of school, but especially in school, so no one else could have him. I was pretty jealous back then. I'm still sometimes jealous, which is not a great attitude, and you should not have it most of the time. But if you have it, talk with the person about it to figure stuff out. So yeah, and so in school, I waited for him after PE. We hang out together in the breaks, or if we had a less often, we hang out together as well. Went to the kebab store, bought some kebab, ate it, typical stuff. And after school, which was also interesting, after school there was a time when we played at his place GameCube, we played Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatsoever, because he had his own room pretty early. So we did a lot at his place. A lot of playing, messing around, just talking, all that shit. And in the summer, that was a little bit different. Because, how do I say it? Yeah, in the summer, I kind of wanted to go to the public swimming pool with him a lot. Don't get me wrong, he loved swimming. So it was not like I was forcing him to, but I was begging him and asking him a lot just because you know how people look in the swimming pool. And I thought he's pretty sexy at that time. So yeah, also he wore pretty tight swimming shorts. Maybe that also was a reason. And we could fool a lot around in the water because we both loved water. And we spent a lot of time together. At some point he reciprocated my feelings and we lived happily ever after. Of course we did not. Nothing changed, nothing happened. I lived in my fantasy world, praying he would become gay for me, because we're having such a great time. We hang out together. We were like the perfect couple, but he couldn't see it because he was hetero. And yeah, he was living in his hetero world. He was after girls. Yeah, he was after girls, not after a boy that was his friend since the very beginning. We were friends since the kindergarten. Of course he's not seeing me as a potential partner, especially not as a hetero guy. What? So yeah, and in his world we were just friends, and that was the right word. That was the correct world. I was living in my fantasy world. He was living in the real world. But every time he gave me that little bit of affection that made me stay. That made me feel like, you don't have a girlfriend. Why do you don't want to try with a boy? You and me. We could be the perfect couple. Just try it. Come a little bit closer. I know you can be gay for me. We will be perfect for each other. We're doing so much. We're having always fun together. And so I know it was not his intention. He was just nice being a friend to me. But that always gave me that little bit of hope that something could happen between us, which forced me into getting really lonely inside. Just because focusing on that fantasy was my whole life. It was everything investing to get him to be mine. So I decided to make sure no girl could get close to him. So I tried to control him, keep him away from every woman, every girl I could see. And we had a lot of girls in our friend group and in our class that were really not horny for him, but they thought she's pretty nice, but he's mine. In that case, I thought she's mine. I wanted to keep him away from them because he was hetero, and if he gets one of these girls, I will be not interesting to spend time with me anymore. That's what I thought. Keep him away from them. Try to bind him to me by getting the same friends. So I tried to get him into every friend I had, making the same friend group, sharing interests, sharing hobbies, sharing everything, so that he feels forced to hang out with me. and that he feels nothing without me. Super toxic, I know, absolutely red flag, not recommending, just say how it was and what I thought to that point of my life. I could never say it's a good idea, so I tried to isolate him, so that it's only him and me. Super stupid. And in the end, I isolated myself, got depressions and everything, or like made it worse, because I was isolating myself, because I was living in a fantasy world where he could be my boyfriend. Of course he's not. He never was. He never would be, and it was clear for everyone beside me. So I missed a lot of opportunities to get nice people, to get out of this, just living my own life. And it took me ages, years to get over it. Like my whole school time I was still into that crush. I haven't got anything work because I just loved him too much. I was crushing too much on him. And it took me even after school, I needed a few years and my current boyfriend to really get me completely away from it. Now I have a super supportive boyfriend that I love more than everything else. We have a wonderful apartment with our little baby, our cat. I'm happier than ever, and that's all thanks to him. He's supporting me so much. Even most of the YouTube videos you see, he's after I cutted them, just so I feel like they are good enough to present you guys, and he's supporting me with that a lot. So if I know you see this, so here, take that out. You are amazing. You are my true love. So yeah, and I can only say, I wish I would never have wasted my time there. That was stupid. I would never change it. You can never change a hetero into a gay. That's not how it works. So I wish I would have just told him my feelings, that he can break my heart and say me, yo, never gonna happen. Or that I just could leave it earlier. But I couldn't. And it was my fault. So if that person sees the video, I'm sorry if I ever made one of the red flags annoy you. If I annoyed you ever. I'm just sorry, buddy. I hope you're not mad at me. And I hope you have a beautiful time and a wonderful life. Yeah, that's all that I can say. I'm done. So that was my first crush. Since then, I had a few other crushes that were not that toxic. I got pretty much away with a lot of stuff, having a wonderful boyfriend. So I hope you find a wonderful partner too someday. Besides that, I know you are awesome and you will stay awesome. I wish you all a wonderful time and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye! Yeah.